Hi, it's Chris here, and I do want to welcome you to the Bing PPC course. This is the most, I'm going to emphasize this, the most important video that you'll watch in this course. Feel free to add me on Facebook as well. I'll put the links and make that available. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, it's very important, right? Because this course is just the foundation to your campaigns. The advanced marketing and the advanced training and updates and everything is in our Facebook group. I'm going to put a link below the video, but the Facebook group is Underground Bing PPC Mastermind. If you add me on Facebook, you can find it, or once again, I'll put the link below the video. I want to just cover some very important things in the Facebook group, that way you understand it. We do have what's called Plug and Play PPC. I'm going to zoom in so that way you can see this. And Plug and Play PPC is basically where other marketers in this group, other members, as you can see, we have over 172 members currently, and this group will actually share their top performing campaigns. You're going to be able to share ideas with other marketers. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff in the group. As you can see, you can ask questions and get answers from other members as well as myself. So there's other people that are getting their campaigns going, making profit, learning things, sharing ideas. That's kind of the idea of the group. I also post in the group advanced marketing videos as well, which I'll show you here in just a minute. So as you can see, here's some of the results of some of the students here. This is day 1 in the Bing Underground, and you can take a look. This is with a Max Bounty account, which is a CPA account. We'll get into that as well. But this is basically proof, that the course does work. And once again, make sure you're added into the group if you want to have really good results. So it's highly, highly recommended. I would almost say required to be in this group to get results. As you can see, I put videos and training as well, and updates, because the thing is, this training, things can change overnight, right? That's the thing. With as many people coming into the group, things can change overnight. And so if things change, so there's an update, well, it's going to be in the group, because I'll be able to post it to the group faster than I can go in and update this page. So very important to get into the Underground Bing PPC Mastermind group. I've been doing my best to add every person, that purchases the course. But if you're not in it and you're watching this, please do join the group and just click the link below. That's the first thing I want to get out of the way. Very important. Right, so I want to go over some things that are going to help you. And like I said, this video is very critical. Keep watching. So step 1, and that's some of the things the group covers, is 24/7 support, get answers, ask questions about campaigns, if something happens to your account. There's so many things that can happen, and I'm going to explain why. The group is going to have the most updated details. All right, the best CPA network for Bing PPC, I'm going to give you this right now, is Max Bounty. So the website is maxbounty.com. In fact, you can go and apply right now before you even watch the next video. Okay, go to maxbounty.com. If you already have an account, well, great. What you want to do, if you don't have an account, is go to maxbounty.com and just click on Become an Affiliate Today. You're going to fill out this application. Now, the best way to get approved, right? If you're ever worried about getting approved into a network, I'm going to teach you how to get approved right now. Where it says, let's see, how did you hear about Max Bounty? Yes, right here. Very important right here. In this field, I just want you to put Bing PPC course. And then you can put my name as well. So Bing PPC course, Chris Groves, or you can put Bing PPC course. That's very critical because they look at this, they're pretty familiar with this course. We've been generating a lot of revenue and a lot of results. So if they see this course, they're going to, of course, approve your application, where they're more likely to. I'm not going to guarantee that they're going to approve your application, but you're going to have a very high success rate. Getting your application approved with Max Bounty, okay? And just fill everything out, and after you apply for Max Bounty, I highly recommend, if you want to get approved fast, I recommend calling your affiliate manager. You're going to get an email from Max Bounty, and what you want to do is call your affiliate manager if they're open, and get on the phone, because they can approve your application the same, usually the same day. So if you fill out the application during business hours, you can call your affiliate manager, which you'll get an email, and contact them. So very important, because Max Bounty, like I said, has a lot of great high converting offers. If you can't get into Max Bounty, some other networks I recommend are PeerFly, Cash Network, same thing. Who referred you? Put the Bing PPC training course and put my name. All right. The first tip I want to give you in this intro video is your affiliate manager is your best friend, and a lot of people don't realize that. But in any network, your affiliate manager which is the person basically who you can contact. You'll have, when you get the account, you'll be able to log into your affiliate account, and you can either email or even call your affiliate manager and ask them questions. And here's why they're your best friend. They're going to be able to tell you currently the most profitable campaigns for Bing PPC traffic. So if you're just applying for max bounty for the first time, on that phone call, they're going to ask you, because they usually do, get on the phone with you. They're going to ask you what type of traffic you plan on using. Okay, you're going to just tell them Bing PPC, right? Because that's what traffic source you're going to be using throughout this course is Bing pay-per-click. And when you ask that, you can ask your affiliate manager, say, hey, what are some offers that convert with Bing pay-per-click? Give me some offers that convert with Bing PPC. Now, I could go in right now and show you, which I probably will, make some more videos and go show you what offers are converting in the course, or what offers are converting right now. But the problem is, if you're watching this video 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, that can change. These things, that's what I'm trying to say, things change overnight, which is why it's very important to be part of the group. And it's very important to ask your affiliate manager, because if you're watching this video a year from now, I can guarantee you that the campaign that's converting today is not going to still be converting a year from now. It's very unlikely. So all you have to do, it's very easy. Contact your affiliate manager and say, hey, what are some converting CPA offers for PPC traffic? They're going to give you those offers. Okay, and that's all there is to it. And then you're going to use the rest of the course and plug in those offers into the course in conjunction with the Facebook group. Okay, so everything works together here to make money online. And that's why I'm saying it's very important. All right, so moving forward, let's see. Bing account bans. Now, this is something that has been brought up a lot, but I'm telling you right now, it's normal. So you may set up a campaign, or you may not even do anything with your account, and you get a message that says your account has been disabled for security reasons, right? This is actually pretty normal, and here's why. Many use fraud and credit cards and accounts in Bing. In fact, Bing is very commonly hacked, and Bing will normally actually disable your account, because what usually happens is you create a campaign and people will load a coupon, or they'll create a campaign really fast and set up everything kind of like the professionals do, and it kind of alerts Bing that something is weird with your account. So they'll disable it for security reasons, not because you did something wrong, but simply it's a way to check to see if you're a real person. Think about this. If there's someone that was frauding Bing using a fake credit card, do you think they're going to really pick up the phone and call Bing and try to get everything approved? They're not going to do that. So as long as everything's normal, you just start up a chat with Bing, or give them the call, which you'll kind of go see in the other videos where to do all that as well. Contact Bing, and they'll pretty much open up your account. All right. What usually triggers that, though, is after you add a coupon or you create your first campaign. Coupon seems like it's been triggering it. Now, coupons are allowed, and that's what I recommend doing this. I recommend using a prepay account when you do set up your account, and I would personally load 10, because $10 is the minimum in Bing, to $20 of your own money, right? Just use your card, put $10 to $20 into Bing PPC, and then apply a coupon after. It kind of shows Bing that you're willing to spend money, because remember, Bing is not making any money off the coupons. They're coupon codes that they give out to get people into their network to advertise. So Bing is not making any money off from coupons. With that being said, I highly recommend loading $10 or $20 of your own money. That way it shows Bing that you're not just creating an account for free advertising, because another thing that causes Bing account bans is you have people out there and all they do is set up accounts and put coupons in them. They go to Fiverr, or they get them from places, right? And they load a bunch of coupons into these accounts. And of course, Bing can see your IP address. They track different things, and they end up putting a ban on the account. And so that's why it's normal for that to happen. Nothing to be worried about. So with that being said, I hope those tips really, really help. Make sure you join the Facebook group. That's the most important place to start. It's where you're going to get all the support and all the updates, and the basis of the training. This is your foundation. Like I said, the only thing that this training does cover for you is how to set up your campaigns, how to set up your keywords, how to get very low cost clicks. If you want to learn about tracking, Facebook group. Okay, there's going to be all that information in there. If you want to learn something personally, contact me, or leave a message in the Facebook group. We're going to cover all of that. That's what makes this community great, because a community effort is much better than just a static training series. So click the link below, get added to the group, add me on Facebook as well if you'd like, And those are some pointers I want to point out before you get into this, just so you know some of the things that we have been seeing. And it's all pretty normal. Um, get started with your CPA network here, Max Bounty. And once again, your affiliate manager is your best friend. All you have to do is tell your affiliate manager what type of traffic you're using. Hey, I'm using Bing PPC. Can you give me 3 or 4 offers that convert with PPC? Ask for a number, ask for 3 or 4, ask for 5, and they'll give you that information, because remember, I'm not the affiliate manager of these networks. I can't see everything that they can see on there, and they can see everything. They have the bird's eye view. They can see what traffic is converting, what offers are converting with what traffic. That's kind of their job, right? So that's it. With that being said, I want to welcome you to the training, and please do continue with the videos. I'll be making updates as well, and thank you again for watching. Hello, it's Chris here again, and welcome to video number 2 in the course. In this video, we're going to talk about some of the networks you can use to promote. So you don't have to have your own product, but if you're already in a company, it can be, it can be the fact that you're in an MLM, a network marketing business. It can be anything. You could be promoting your offline business. You can be promoting something local, and guess what? You're going to have that advantage because not too many local people are out there, doing this. So there's so many different ways that you can use PPC, because anything that's out there you can target. You can target selling T-shirts to people. You can target local, small businesses, whatever it may be. So what I'm trying to show you here is there's a million ways to use this. In the previous video, we just set up our account. Once everything's set up and looking pretty good, we can talk about some of the networks that works really well. Now, I'm going to give you some of the campaigns that I use, and I'm going to talk about some of the networks that I highly recommend. So let's dig right into this. Let's talk about what really works, okay, with Bing PPC. Now, believe it or not, one thing that I found that works really well with Bing PPC is ClickBank. All right, so ClickBank products, and I'm going to show you how to find those, and it's free and easy to create a ClickBank account. CPA networks. Now, for those of you who are not sure what CPA is, basically a CPA network is a cost per action network. It's similar to ClickBank, except what I like about CPA networks is they actually pay out higher commissions than ClickBank. ClickBank, you usually sell a product and they're going to share with you 50% or 75% of the product sell. A CPA network usually will actually do just opposite of that. They'll actually pay you double. The product may be $12 and they'll pay you double for the product, and they make more on the back end. So some good CPA networks, I'm going to go over that right now. The one I use right here is cashnetwork.com. All right, so you're going to need a referral link to get into cashnetwork.com. I'm going to put my link below this video, and they may or may not accept you depending on how many applications they have. But there are tons of CPA networks out there, so you shouldn't stress. If you can't get into a CPA network, you shouldn't stress, because you're going to be able to promote so many different things. But I'm here at Cash Network, and if you click the affiliate link below the video, you should be able to get approved. But if you're just going to the main site, you have to really go to publishers, and then you're going to click work with us as a publisher. So you see that right there, work with us as a publisher. Okay, so not an advertiser. If you actually go over here to Google, I'm going to show you some of the best CPA networks. What you can do is you can just type in top CPA networks, and some of them are easy to get into and some of them are not. I like how this comes up right here, but you have Max Bounty, Peerfly, Neverblue, ClickBooth. I'm going to put the links to some of these below as well. AdWork Media, AdSend Media. So there's a lot. And when you get into the networks, you just have to find something to promote, right? It can be anything, because we're in PPC marketing, and I'm going to teach you how to promote anything that you want to promote. The same technique is going to apply, so it's really going to be beneficial. And I'm going to give you some ideas of what offers do convert. Okay, so that way you can make the most amount of money. Now, if you're already in an affiliate marketing business or a network marketing business, you can promote your link through this. You can promote a landing page link. Anything that you'd like to promote, you're going to be able to do that with the methods that I teach you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go into Cash Network here. Now, if you don't have a Cash Network account, go ahead and apply. But what you can do, if you if you still want to follow along, is go ahead. Oops, let me get in here. Go ahead and go to ClickBank, because ClickBank you can create an account instantly. And I'm going to actually go and do that with you right now. So let's go over here to ClickBank. I'm assuming most people do have a ClickBank account. If not, sign up. It's free. It's easy. There's no approval process with ClickBank, and that's really awesome. So for ClickBank, you're going to set up everything in here for your account. You see how I did that? I went to clickbank.com and I went to sign up. Okay. For those that are completely new to this, like I said, this course is designed to help anybody. So make sure you go to ClickBank and you're going to fill out that account. And of course, agree, just like creating an account with anything else. And then you're more than welcome to go out and apply for different CPA networks. All right. So what you'll do is we're going to log into ClickBank. I don't use ClickBank too much. Like I said, I'm a fan of CPA. You can get really, you can get really good results with the CPA network. I've gotten results with ClickBank products. It really is up to what you want to promote. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here. All right, and when you log in, you're going to see this. You may have to set up some things if your account is new, but I'm going to head over to the marketplace. And the last time I promoted in ClickBank was just a few days ago. I tested a new product. In fact, I want to show you that. So you can see I don't use ClickBank too much, but I was promoting ClickBank over here on the 7th of March, and I made a $24 sell, just using PPC. So that's just to show you that it does work. So I'm not, I don't use ClickBank too much. I'm a CPA type of person. If you can, go out there and apply for as many CPA networks as you can, and you're going to be able to promote anything that you can get your hands on. So what you usually want to do when you're searching for products is you do want to find products that are popular. So what you can do to find products that are popular, and this is the way that I do it, leave ClickBank open, go to a new tab. And once again, we're going to be using Google a lot in this course because it does. It's a little bit of research, and I just like to type in, top converting ClickBank products, because this is going to tell you what people are buying. And the top, this top link is a really good source. All right, and what we look for when we're promoting ClickBank products is this has a really high gravity, and gravity is kind of like, okay, the best way to think of gravity is when a product becomes so popular that it kind of reach almost like a point of market saturation, so to speak. But when it's that high of a gravity, it's harder to get really good results. So the range you want to be in is typically 100 to maybe 200 gravity. If you go a little bit over 200, that's fine. So these ones are really high gravity, and you're more than welcome to promote these. I've tried these ones, and they're really hard to convert. Just like Google Sniper has a really high gravity because a lot of people are out there promoting it. It goes to the marketplace quite a bit. This is the one that I made the $24 sell on, was this Quantum Vision. So, how weird is that? I knew nothing about the niche, but I was able to get 5-cent clicks for it. So you just want to kind of find an offer and pick it, and it can be anything. And for this example, I'm going to go ahead and pick. I'm going to go ahead and pick the surveys offer. So it's called Click for Surveys. Right? You're more than welcome to use the same example to get comfortable with this. So you go to ClickBank and you go Click for Surveys. And don't worry, I'll be doing examples within Cash Network as well. Okay, so we'll pick our campaign as Click for Surveys and we'll let it load here. It's being a little bit slow. And you can simply find that product. There's a lot, and this is the great part about ClickBank is you choose anything that you really want to, and you're going to be able to promote it, and you'll know if it's a winner or not. After spending, the great thing about the concept we have developed here, after spending no more than usually around $5, after spending $5, because we're getting such cheap clicks, you're going to know if your campaign is a winner or not. So this is the Click for Surveys. You're just going to click on Promote. You earn $22 average per sell. Okay. And then it's going to pull up this box here. It's just being a little bit slow. I think I'm going to close out of some other tabs here. And we're gonna set up a campaign for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just name this tracking ID is optional, so you don't have to put anything in the box. I'm just gonna put surveys. That's just a way to track it, and you're gonna click create. Now, you don't need a domain or anything like this with Bing ads or anything. You're more than welcome to use a domain to forward this, but you don't have to. You can actually grab the raw link, which it's going to produce here in just a minute. Being really slow today, but you're going to be able to grab the raw hop link is what it's called in ClickBank. and you're just going to be able to copy that for your campaign. Yeah, it's not sure why it's being so slow. Maybe everything I have open, but we're going to grab that link once it pops up open here, and then I'm going to show you how to set up the campaign. This will be your very first campaign. So if you're following along with the same offer, that's great. If you're following along with a different offer, you know, the only thing that's going to really change is the keywords, and I'll talk about that here in just a moment. Yeah, I don't know if it's just a ClickBank site. I'm going to actually check that right now. Let's just try going to another website. Yeah, I guess it is just everything's being slow. Okay, there it is. Perfect. All right, and so that's the link. You just use the top link. You never want the HTML code for what we do. So this would be your top link that you're going to select for your campaign. Targeted traffic for any niche that you want. So if you're following along with the same offer, that's great. If not, you're more than welcome to say consult with what I teach. So I'm going to go to the video here, and I'll see you in the video. Will be creating your first campaign. We have everything kind of open, how you set up your very first campaign in Bing Ads. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, it's Chris here, and this video is about how to bulletproof your Bing account from getting banned before you even get started, right? So Bing basically has some, has a flagging system. So sometimes if you add a coupon or do something, especially on new accounts, they'll put like a security ban on your account, and it can be for really weird reasons, right? So that's the problem with any new account, right? If you were to, just like now when you create a new account on Facebook, you start adding too many posts even to your timeline, or adding too many friends, right? Facebook does weird stuff, right? There's just so many people online. There's so many people on the internet, and of course there's a lot of spammers that kind of ruin it for everybody. But this is how you can bulletproof your Bing account. It's actually really easy. I'm going to go over and show you how you can do this. Okay. So before you launch your first campaign, this is before you create your first campaign on Bing, all you got to do is contact them and ask them, is this okay if I run? It'll take you 5 minutes, takes you less than 5 minutes, and it's going to save you a lot of time in the long run. And this is why I have added this video to the training, to save you time, because I've seen a few people with new accounts to get these security bans, and then they have to contact Bing and get their account lifted. Not because they did anything wrong, just because Bing's security system is flawed, and there's just so much that they do. But very simple. I'm going to go ahead and give you a scenario. I want to say that this is the page I want to advertise. So I'm actually in Max Bounty right now, and I'm looking at campaign 68070 if you want to know. And I want to say I want to advertise this page, okay? Maybe it's a ClickBank product or whatever it is. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this link here. We'll go ahead and copy the link address, or if I go to the page, I can just copy this link address. And I'm going to go over here, and I'm on Bing Ads right now, and I'm just going to click Contact Us. Now, there's a lot of ways you can get to contact us, and all I got to do is start a chat. If you don't want to talk on the phone, that's fine. Start a chat. Chat now with Bing. Okay. And you'll put in your information, your first name, your last name, your email address, and all you're going to do is you're basically going to get on a chat and say, hey, I want to know if I can run this ad. Is okay if I run this page? And what you're going to do is you're just going to get a verbal confirmation, chat confirmation, whatever you want to call it. I prefer that you do chat over call because that's probably easier to keep a record. So just start a chat with them. It's going to take you less than 5 minutes to chat. It's usually pretty fast. And you're just going to contact Bing before you launch your first campaign. Show them what you're going to be promoting. Ask them if this page is acceptable to advertise. See if it needs any changes. If your page is good to go, then launch your campaign. And this is very important. Always keep a record of the chat and email saying that your campaign was okay to run. And if anything happens, well, then it's on Bing, because if Bing comes back and says, oh, you're doing something on your account that you weren't supposed to, or your campaign that you were running was put advertiser risk or whatever, BS, so to speak, that they give you, you come back with that chat record and then it's on Bing, right? Because at that point in time, if you really wanted to go so far, you could go as far as legal action, because having an email is actually considered documented legal proof. So especially if it's someone that works at Bing, and if they gave you the okay that your landing page was okay, then you should be good to go without any issues. And then you just keep a record of that chat. Usually they email the chat documentation to you through email, or you can request that, or just take a print screen of that chat. However you want to record that is up to you. But always keep record of that chat, and if anything comes back, then it's on Bing, and you don't have to worry about your account being banned for security reasons or whatever else is going on, right? So that's just a way that you can bulletproof your account. It's the easiest thing to do. Contacting him, I know it's an extra step, but think of it this way, especially if your account is new, it's your first campaign, wouldn't you want to take that extra 2 to 3 minutes versus having to spend a lot more time trying to get them to approve it? Just ask before you launch, and on all honesty, you can probably do that with every single campaign. And then once you see what they what they accept, what they don't accept, then you don't have to do it so much. But just a simple tip that I wanted to give everybody here in the group as well. Just contact them, especially if your account is new, and it's going to save you a lot of time. Get that approval, save that information, and you're good to go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around. Hey, it's Chris here, and welcome to video 3. We're going to go ahead and continue with our ClickBank campaign as an example. So it's pretty easy to set up. Let me go over here to Bing Ads. Let me just reopen the tab here because I had it closed out. And we're going to just grab that link and finish creating our campaign. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So you don't want to grab this. This is the HTML code. This is where you'd put it if you were putting on like a blog. But you want to grab this top link right here. So you're going to go ahead and copy this top link, and you can just direct link to the offer is what we're actually going to end up doing. So here I am in Bing Ads. Right here, and so you always want to go to the campaigns tab, so make sure you're on the campaigns tab, and what you want to do is you want to create your first campaign. So I have quite a few campaigns set up, so go ahead and click on create campaign. It's always going to be search and content campaign is what we're going to end up choosing. All right, give that a second to load. Now I'm going to zoom in so you can see this as I go through it. As you can see, you want to name the campaign. So what I usually do, because I'm in multiple networks and multiple CPA networks like Cash Network, there's Max Bounty, there's PeerFly, there's ClickBank. You may have heard of some of these. You typically want to name it the name of the network. So I would name this ClickBank because I'm in ClickBank. That's where I got the offer from. And I would name it just Click for Surveys, which is the name of the offer. So I'll go ahead and put Click for Surveys. And this is just a great way for you to identify it. So you can actually name your campaign anything. So if you're doing a weight loss campaign, you can name it weight loss. If the weight loss campaign is in ClickBank, name it ClickBank weight loss, or you can put ClickBank in the name of the offer. As long as you're able to identify the offers, because as you can see, when you start creating a lot of campaigns here, it can get pretty difficult. There's a lot of campaigns that I have created, and it's good to name them accordingly so that way you can track them. Time zone, you're just going to want to put your time zone. It's not if you miss this or you forget to do this on one of your campaigns, it's not the end of the world. But for reporting purposes, it's easy to see exactly how your campaign ran, because it's going to actually show the campaigns in your time zone. So if you choose a time zone that's 8 hours ahead of you, your campaigns are going to look all weird, and you're going to wonder, why you're not getting any clicks or impressions. So picking the time zone is very important. So just pick the time zone that you're in, and then you should be good to go. Campaign budget. Now, when we're always starting off with a campaign, we always only choose $5. It's just that simple. We don't have to go higher than $5. There's no need to do 10, 15, or 20. You always want to just set at $5. Okay, and I'm in USD. So if you're in another currency, you're going to have to either convert that currency over or change your account to US dollars. So I'm not sure exactly how to do that since I'm already in US dollars, but you may be able to change your account to USD. If not, you'll have to convert it because we're using $5 US per day. Locations, this is very important because by default it's going to select your home country. So if you're in Canada, it's going to say Canada here, or if you're in the United States like I am, it's going to say United States. So what it comes down to is you need to ask yourself, okay, what exactly, what exactly am I promoting and what countries do they allow? So a good example is, let me go over to Cash Network and I'll show you. Just going to log in here and show you. Okay. Some offers only allow traffic from certain countries. So if I go over here to campaigns, and if I just pick an offer at random, let's just say 1346 here, they only allow traffic from the U.S. and it tells you U.S. conversion only. If I actually go back into the offer, it tells me geographic restriction traffic allowed from U.S. So I wouldn't want to run a campaign that goes to all available countries and regions, or I wouldn't want to run a campaign just to Canada. I'd only want to run traffic from the United States. So it's very important. And if you're choosing a ClickBank product like this, it doesn't usually tell you the demographics. So what you want to know, and this is very important, is you want to know your top tier 1 countries or your tier 1 countries. And what do I mean by tier 1 countries? Well, these are all English-speaking buying countries. So there's the USA. You can write these down or memorize these. I have them memorized because I use them so much. But this USA, you have Canada, you have Australia, United Kingdom, and New Zealand. Those are it. Those are your top tier countries. There's 5 top tier countries. Now, I'm not saying that other countries won't buy, but we use these top 5 countries because these are the 5 countries that have money to spend. They all have, credit cards. They all have wealth. So you can actually advertise pretty much in these 5 countries if your product doesn't give you the demographics, or if you're promoting your own products. USA, Canada, Australia, UK, and New Zealand are going to be the 5 countries that are going to produce you sales, or at least the most sales. So in this case, since it's a ClickBank product, I'm going to go ahead and put these 5 countries in. So what you have to do is you actually have to click selected cities, states, provinces. And what's really cool is you can target a specific city. So if you wanted to target Los Angeles, you could target just Los Angeles. Or if you wanted to only target California or a state or a province that you're in, you can target that specifically. So I'm going to actually type in United States. You type it out just like that. If you misspell it, it's not going to show up. So after you type it out, just click the little search icon, and then you have to click target. It's not going to just add it to the list until you click target. And this is when it does this, that means it's been added. We're going to go to United Kingdom. All right, it doesn't matter what order you go in. As long as you add those top tier 5, oops, see Canada, I need that in there. So I'll search and target Australia and then New Zealand. Okay, so make sure you spell these right, and then you get 2 for Australia. Just choose both, and then New Zealand, target, and there you go. And don't worry about increasing the percentage. Just leave everything the way it is. So now we're telling Bing, okay, got my campaign name. We're at a $5 budget in my time zone for reporting, and I want to target these 5 countries. We're looking really good so far. And I want to show ads to people in your targeted location. Don't pick these 2 because the first one, you could have someone searching from a proxy site, or you could have someone searching in India that they type in United States surveys, or whatever you're promoting, and they can see your ad. And we don't want to show those ads to those people. So you only want to show ads to people in your targeted location. That's going to give you the best results for what we're doing. All right, so far so good. So we're going to create our first ad. We need to do an ad title and fill everything out here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to ClickBank, and if you remember, I have it pulled up here. I need this URL, so I'm going to go ahead and copy it again. And this is going to be my destination URL. Okay, so you can direct link, or you can use a link tracker to track it. You can use link trackers like Qzx or ClickMagick or TrackMe, or any click tracker of your choice. I personally like and recommend ClickMagick. That's the one that I usually use for tracking. But if you don't have a click tracker, it's not the end of the world. You can just direct link like I did right there. Display URL. Your display URL is just a way to make your ads look really nice. So the display URL, what the product is about. So I would just do www.paidsurveys.com. I realize I'm going to go backwards here, but I want to get these two out of the way. And what I'm trying to get at is that this display URL doesn't have to be a real domain. It doesn't have to be your website. It can link to another website, because when the user sees the ad, this is your preview. You don't want your ad to see, you don't want your user to see 2423.clickbank.com. First of all, that's not going to fit. The destination URL won't fit in the display URL. So this display URL is simply something to make your ad look nice. So it could really be anything you want. So www.anythingyouwant.com, as long as it fits. And the domain doesn't have to be real, or it doesn't have to be your website. But I usually do a keyword that's relevant to what I'm promoting. So if I was promoting weight loss, I could do www.loseweightfast.com. All right, so you get the idea. Pretty easy, pretty simple to do. Let's go back over here, click for surveys. How do you come up with a really good ad title and ad text? Now, if you're not very good at writing ad titles or ad text, watch how easy this is. You're allowed to do this. Go over to Google and just type a keyword for your offer. So I would go to Google and I would type in paid surveys. Now, obviously, for promoting a weight loss product, you would not type paid surveys. You would type weight loss or how to lose weight fast. Okay, I'm looking at other people's ads. Well, these are all ads over on the side. These are all ads up here. And typically what I do is I'll just copy an ad that I like. Usually the ads that you see at the top are performing really well. So I like this one, seriously, $90 a survey. So I'll copy that. You're just going to copy the text, and I'm going to make that my ad title. All right, so as long as you're not using brand names or trademarks, you're okay, because you're not breaking any copyright. So if you were, if you saw a brand name in the ad title or the ad text, so if there's, ever brand names in the ad titles, like Swag Bucks is a brand name or a trademark, so you would not want to use that because you want to be compliant. So this is fine, seriously, $90 a survey, and you're more than welcome to reword it too. So if you want to seriously, $20 a survey, or however you want to tweak it. And then I'll go ahead and copy this for my description. Once again, look at it, make sure you're not using any copyright or brand names. If it looks good, then I'm going to go ahead and leave it just like that. So pretty cool. That's my first ad. I just got my idea from Google. You can use basically any of these. Same thing works. So if you're promoting a weight loss offer, you could come over here and type in how to lose weight. If it's a credit card offer or a reduced debt offer, let's see, these are the top performing ads: diet plans to lose weight, teen weight loss help. A lot of different copies that you can use. Okay. Like I said, if not, you can create the ad title and the ad text yourself, but I typically just copy, and this is the method most people use. That some people don't like writing the ad copies or the ad titles because it's a little bit of work, takes a little bit of thinking, but if not, then it's all just copy and paste. So far we're so good, right? Alrighty, awesome. I think we're looking good. We have our destination URL, and then we're down here to the keywords. So in the next video, we're just going to go through and recap here. So we named our campaign, make sure everything looks good. Your budget's $5 US per day, or an equivalent currency if you're in a different country. Selected cities, states, provinces. We got the 5 countries, and we are good to go. So in the next video, I'll show you how to pick the keywords, why we pick the keywords, and really the secret to getting 5 to 10 cent clicks. So I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching this. Hi, it's Chris, and welcome back. We just got done with the keyword section. We're moving along really well. So just to, like I said, you should have a lot of keywords. The more the better. I'm not sure what the max is in Bing Ads. I think it's about 2,000 keywords you can have per campaign. So it is okay to max that out. But I usually, for each campaign, I usually am in the range of about 700 to 1,000 keywords on every campaign. So as long as you have more than 300, you're good. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go in and go over to ads. Now, if you're not seeing the screen for some reason, let me show you how to get there. I'll back out where I am. All right, so you go to campaigns. If you have more than one campaign created, and you may only just have the one if you're just starting out, you'll want to find the campaign we created. The one we did together in the example was the survey offer. And we already added the keywords, and what I want you to do is go over to ads. Okay, so this is very important. When you create a campaign with all the keywords, you need to create a minimum of 3 ads, because you want to split test different titles, right? Because What you learn, in fact, this is where we can go back to Google here, so I can show you. Google, Bing, whatever you want to use for your search engine, and I type in paid surveys. Now, a lot of people do click the first link, but sometimes another ad title is going to be appealing to somebody else. So, you may have Bob over here in Washington who clicks this ad because he likes this title, but you may have someone over here clicks this ad. So it's important that we need to create, more than one ad title. So we'll go ahead and just grab another ad title for our example if you want to, that's why we want to split test. Okay, which we'll talk about doing here in just a minute. But before we do that, actually, got a little bit ahead of myself. Before we do that, we have this first one created. So it's really easy to create another ad. If you're in here, you just go ahead and click on the little gray button that says create ad. It's going to copy all the information, all the links over. What I want you to do with this one, and this is very important, you need to also do this with every campaign. If you want to get a high click-through rate, and you want to get really, really good results on your campaign, plus we'll be able to do some reverse marketing with this. So this is a very important step. If you're following everything step by step, your campaigns are going to be perfect. So you want to clear out the ad title, and you want to go over here where it says dynamic text. So it's really small. You see where it says dynamic text. I'm going to zoom in so you can see that. Dynamic text, you're going to click on that, and you want to do the one that says placeholder keyword. I'm going to explain to you how this works. So when a user types in, because remember, we just added 800 or 900 keywords, or we added a ton of keywords, let's just put it that way. When a user types in a very specific phrase into Bing or Yahoo, when they type in, I want to make money online before Friday, right? Because you're going to get users that do type out phrases like that. And let's just say that Google happened to generate one of those phrases. Well, what's going to happen is your ad title is going to be whatever the user types into Bing. So if the user types in how to make $500 online, your ad title is going to say how to make $500 online. So you create relevancy. So if I go to Google and I type in how to make $500 online, I'm going to click an ad that says how to make $500 online. Well, there's no ads that show up for this, but I'm going to click I'm going to click the one that looks the most relevant to me. Same thing with Bing and Yahoo. So this keyword feature is actually the secret to high click-through rates and super cheap clicks. Not only did we bid, it's also the secret to getting those cheap clicks consistently. So using this is very important keyword. All right, so think about this. If you're doing a weight loss campaign, someone types in how to lose 3 pounds in 30 days, they see your ad is going to say how to lose 3 pounds in 30 days because this keyword tool automatically puts in whatever the user types in to the search box, it's going to make your ad title. That's really awesome if you ask me. Another thing that you can do, and that I found that's very effective, is adding the year, so 2015. So make money online 2015. So this would work this way. Now, whatever the user types into the search box, the ad title is going to say, make money online 2015, or how to do this 2015, et cetera, et cetera. Pretty awesome, right? So that's something that is really, really powerful as well. Very powerful way to market. And adding 2015 works just for about every campaign. But usually what I do for the very first one is I just leave it at keyword. All right, then I come over here to add text, and I like to just clear everything out, and I go to dynamic text, and I click keyword again. All right, so go ahead and put keyword, and then what you can do, I usually like to add more after it, so you put keyword in there, and you can come back and go to Google, type in paid surveys again, and let's just use this one. So we'll copy it, and we'll go over to Bing Ads, and we'll paste it. Like everything fits. So there we go. Display URL, same thing. We're going to clear everything out, but leave the www dot. Go to dynamic text, put keyword, and then you probably guessed it, you're going to add .com. So far making sense, right? So we have whatever the user types now shows up as the title, whatever the user types now shows up in the ad text, plus some additional supporting text to make the ad relevant. And then we have the display URL, which also whatever the user types. All right, and then the destination URL, this is very important. You never change the destination URL because the destination URL has to always point to your affiliate product. Now, if you're split testing, that's fine, but you always want to leave the destination URL. As you can see, it's that ClickBank link we used. So everything is now set up really well, and we're just going to go and click Save and create another because we need a minimum of 3. Okay. All right, this one doesn't meet, and I know why. It's because of this extra text. So let's just do keyword and click Save and create another. Okay. There we go. So that should work. All right, there it goes. All right, so what you'll see is sometimes you'll see approved limited, and that's just because sometimes the countries or certain states and locations due to advertising guidelines to prevent that. So the reason why it didn't let us use the other ad is because this was against the editorial guidelines. So sometimes you'll get that message, and what you want to do is just play with it. Like I could put keyword get paid, get paid doing surveys. Okay. So we're going to create another one. Now this is important too. So if we go up here to the ad title again, we're going to create our third ad. I like using the keyword phrase. This time, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the year 2015. All right, you can pick any supporting keyword you want. I'll go ahead and put 2015 here, and I'll leave everything else the same. So keyword 2015. So just keep in mind, you kind of have to play it out in your head. Whatever the user types 2015. Now some of the phrases won't make sense, but that's okay. For the majority, it works really well. We'll click Save and create another. Okay. All right, and so sometimes you get this, you get this as well, pending editorial. It just really depends on, it really depends on what you're promoting and how you're promoting it. So, but the keyword tool is very, very powerful. All right. So what we want to do now is we've played a little bit with the keyword. You're more than welcome to play with it some more, adding more text and things like that. What you want to do is you want to come in and create a few more ads. This time we're going to just get some examples from Google. So back here to where I was at before, we're going to go to paid surveys. Once again, you're going to type in whatever offer you're promoting. So if it's make money online, you're going to type make money online. If it's affiliate marketing, you'll type in affiliate marketing. So we'll go ahead and type in this for our next ad title. All right, and we'll go ahead and copy this text here. You can mix and match, and there's your ad text. And we'll go ahead and click on Save and create another. Okay. So as you see, some of them will say pending editorial review. Sometimes I just delete these if they say that. It's up to you if you want to leave it. Yeah, it's up to you if you want to just delete it or keep it. I'll just go ahead and leave it there though. So far we have this now. It all says eligible, which is good. We have this for our survey offer. So we have quite a few different ad copies, and you're more than welcome to go through and create more, but as long as you have a minimum of 3, I'm going to zoom out, you should be good to go. You want to have 3 different ads that you can split, and I really, really recommend using the keyword spin feature in at least 2 of the copies. Mix it up. Don't just put keyword like this, for every single one. You want to use keyword, and then you could do something like paid surveys. All right, you can what you're kind of doing here is you're kind of keyword stuffing with what the user searches, but this really works very, very effectively. Same thing down here. You can go to dynamic text, go to keyword, and then you can add more supporting text like, start earning with every survey. Okay, and we'll click Save and create another. All right. So as you can see, the way you mix it up, if you noticed that, when I add more keywords after the text, it says eligible. This one, says pending editorial review. So depending on how you set this up, this one got approved limited because look, the way it works. So you just have to create a bunch of different ad copies, and you really don't want to go, you really don't want to create any more than 8. I would say 8 is the maximum you want to do, because if you create too many, then it doesn't really work too well either. So you want to be somewhere in the range of 3 is the minimum for sure, and then 8 is the maximum. So I usually do about 5, which is kind of somewhere in the middle. Okay, and that's it for creating the ads. And so that's going to really help, because if you just think about it now, when the user types out that phrase, that's going to be your ad title. And if you have over 800 keywords, like let's go back to our keywords tab just so I can give you an example. How many other advertisers are probably doing this? Not too many. So if someone comes in here and they type in, how to make money with paid surveys, it's going to make that the ad title. And that's going to help your click-through rate, because click-through rate comes down to ad relevancy, and so you're making very relevant ads. All right, so far so good. All right, so we talked about, just to recap, we talked about creating more ad copies using the keyword feature in Bing. We talked about creating multiple ads and why it's important to create multiple copies, because different users will click on different ads, and so it's good to have different ads rotating in the network, especially when you have a lot of keywords. It makes sense to have more than just one ad that's put into place. All right, so in the next video, we'll talk more, and we'll go into more depth about Bing ads and kind of how you monitor the results. And you know, at this point in time, your campaign is pretty much live. As long as you have funding in your account, your campaign is live. So you can actually start seeing activity in your account in as little as 5 minutes from now. So that is really awesome, and I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching. Hi, welcome back to this video here. So we just got done creating our first campaign. So I do want to say congratulations, you have your first campaign live. So we're going to talk about understanding your campaign, because you just created it, and you may or may not be new with Bing. If you have experience with Bing in the past, that is great. But if you're new, this video is going to help you a lot understanding your campaigns. And if you're a little bit more advanced, basically you can go out and create more campaigns, and you follow the same exact steps. The only thing you're going to change, of course, is your keywords and your ad titles to match whatever you're promoting, right? You're not going to create a campaign for weight loss and have it linking to paid surveys. It has to make sense. But as you can see, I have a lot of campaigns created here, and I'm kind of going to go over some things and explain explain to you how these campaigns work. So as you can see here, I'm not paying very much per click. The most I'm paying right here is 25 cents per click, and the only reason why I would pay 25 cents per click is if that campaign is producing a lot of profit. And I'll explain to you how we scale and how we move forward with things. But for my Make Money Online campaign, as you can see right here, I'm only spending 8 cents a click. $1.24 so far spent, so it's not bad at all. Really low cost. And even though the clicks aren't coming in super fast, the traffic, depending on your campaign, depending on which niche you're targeting, the traffic, may or may not come in fast. It also, there's a lot of factors that go into it. But the nice thing is it's super targeted, super cheap traffic. All right, so let's understand the campaign. I want to do the one that we just created. And as you can see, it's already got 9 impressions. One thing you want to keep a note, Bing is sometimes behind in the reporting. So if you go to ClickBank or you see a sale before any clicks are posted, that's possible. Or if you're looking at your CPA networks and you see clicks coming in, if you see traffic that's coming in before, that is okay. And sometimes the numbers won't always match up in Bing, because the Bing reporting, from what I've seen, is usually, sometimes it's an hour behind or a couple hours behind. It's usually not live data. All right, so I'll go ahead and click on this. And let's talk about our campaign. There's not much to show here because we just created this ad, but delivery eligible is what you should be seeing. You can see our search bid. Don't worry about if it says 0.30. Remember, we bid it on the keywords, so that's fine if you see that, and that's fine if you see the 5 cents here. You'll see impressions. Now, impressions, for those that don't know what impressions are, the best way to think of impressions, if I go to Google and I type in paid surveys, an impression is when my ad is displayed. So if I typed in paid surveys, and let's just say this was the ad that I created, that would count as 1 impression. Now, just because you get impressions doesn't mean people are going to click on your ads. So impressions is how many times your ads are shown, and then clicks are how many times people actually click on your ad. And then, of course, impressions, you take that number and you divide it by the amount of clicks, and that gives you your click-through rate, which is automatically calculated, and then your cost per click. The spend is going to give you the spend for the time frame that's selected. If you look at the top, I'm filtering just 3/11 of 2015. You can filter yesterday, this week, the last 7 days, last 30 days, last month, last 3 months, this year. So you can select a time frame or a custom range as well. So there's a lot of options that you can do for your campaigns. All right. And what I want to do is, since this campaign is just fresh, I need to actually go in and show you another campaign to explain everything a little bit better. All right, since you're into this course, you get some really awesome information. So I'm going to click on my Make Money Online campaign. All right, once again, you can see what I'm targeting here. As you can see, my click-through rate here on this is really, really high, 1.72%, which is really awesome, and I'm only spending 8 cents a click. And right here, you know, my click-through rate's a little bit lower, but that's okay. You know, depending on your keywords and things, your click-through rate will be changing, but I still am getting very cheap targeted traffic. I've only spent $1, you know, $1 and a penny for that. So if I go to my keywords and look at this, after your campaign has been running for, you know, after your campaign's been running for a few hours, you can check back with it to see how many impressions and how many clicks you've gotten. Especially after a full 24-hour period, you can really see where everything is at. So what I like to do is I like to first filter by clicks. I like to see, okay, who, you know, what are they clicking on? And so it looks like the one that's generating the most clicks right now, and at least just for today, because that's what I specified, is people are searching for how to get paid to read emails. So people want to get paid to read, people want to get paid to read emails. Now this helps me in a lot of ways because my Make Money Online offer is a pretty generic offer. When I get enough data, in fact, let me go back and just choose last 7 days. All right, and it looks like the one that got the most click was money, then get paid to read emails was next. So if I get enough data for this, I can actually go and what I like to call reverse market. Reverse marketing is where you say, okay, I have a lot of people that are coming in from getting paid to emails. I can go in and I can make a landing page, or I can change my page up that now says, you know, get paid to read emails, and I can find an offer, an affiliate offer in JVZoo or a CPA offer that has to do with reading emails. And guess what? You know, I can target just this keyword by itself because I know what people are clicking on. This is information that you're able to see. You're able to see that, look, people are coming in because they're searching work from home jobs. I got 14 people that clicked. I'm getting a 1.56% click-through rate. People are searching, they want to learn how to get paid reading emails. That means there's a market out there, that there's people out there searching on the internet. They want to learn how to get paid to read emails. Well, there you go. You're getting a 6.64% click-through rate. I have a lot of people searching best MLM companies, and I'm only paying 16 cents per click for that. And look at my click-through rate, 37.50%. All right, and you may see where it says below first page bid. You know, that's, you know, don't worry about that too much. You can always increase your bid a little bit if you feel that keyword is giving you an ROI, that keyword's making you money. So it's important to understand what I'm trying to get you at is it's important to understand what people are searching to come to your page. Because if you see something here that people are searching that has nothing to do with your landing page, and a good example is if there was a keyword that said weight loss for whatever reason, and people were, you know, coming into my page by searching weight loss, I would want to remove that keyword. And the way you remove a keyword that's not performing for you is you just click on, you click over here on the side, you click on that, and you go to edit, and then you go to delete. So you can easily delete keywords that are not performing for you. All right, so as you can see, I'll go ahead and search through now from click-through rate just to see which ads are performing like crazy. All right, and the ones that are getting a really high click-through rate and that say below first bid, you'll notice this as your campaign. You may not notice the very first day, but maybe after a week or so. What I would do is I would click on this and it says, okay, my first page bid is 0.14. I would actually go up, you know, I would go up and bid a little bit higher because I consider this a very valuable keyword. You know, I consider this a valuable keyword, and it kind of tells you where your first page bid is at, 0.14 as well. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this one. And this one's also 0.14. Now for this keyword, I'm just probably going to increase it a little bit more. Even though it suggested 0.14, I'm actually going to go a little bit higher because for my landing page, it's very relevant. So you have to kind of determine, you know, which keywords do you want to bid more on, and that's kind of your determination to make if you want to, if you want to bid up. All right, so far we're looking really good with everything. And you can do that. You can see my current bids, and this is a good example. My current bids are at 12 cents, but if you look, even though I'm bidding 12 cents, I'm paying 8 cents or I'm paying 7 cents. Or in some cases it's higher. Some cases it's higher, some cases it's lower, but it all averages out. So if I was to, look at a rough average of everything, my average is 13 cents per click on a 12-cent bid, so it's really good. And I realize all these say below first page bid, but I have to go through and figure out, okay, which ones are relevant, which ones do I want to keep? Because I have 1,095 keywords. And so that's when you kind of go in and see, okay, where's my market actually coming from? What would be, and this helps you for future campaigns, because if I run another make money online offer, I can come back and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to target people who want to get paid to read emails, because I can see from my previous campaign, a lot of people were searching that. Let me go to a weight loss campaign and give you an example of understanding your campaign in weight loss. So all you're doing is looking at the keywords. All right. We'll go last 7 days. Great. We'll go ahead and filter by clicks. Look at this. So this is really good information. I was getting people searching how lose weight fast. So they didn't put how to lose weight fast. They put how lose weight fast. This was my top performer. 50 clicks. Look at that. 50 clicks. I'm paying 10 cents a click, and my click-through rate was 1.80%. Lose weight 3 days was my next top performer. 6.16 click-through rate. That's incredible. Like if you ever get over 1% click-through rate, it's incredible. On my weight loss campaign, look at my click-through rates. 3%, 3%, 3%. Just incredible click-through rates. And only paying 8 cents a click, 7 cents a click this is for a weight loss niche, guys. Paying 7 cents a click for weight loss keywords is just incredible. So what I'm trying to show you and get out here is that you want to see what keywords are performing, so when you do other offers down the road, you can be like, hey, there's an offer about how to lose weight fast. Well, I remember from doing that campaign of how to lose weight fast, a lot of people were clicking that. So it helps. Understanding your campaigns, understanding the impressions and the clicks are important. And then more importantly, if you see keywords in here that don't match your campaign, which does happen from time to time, you want to simply just go in and you want to you want to delete the keyword. And so the way you delete it is, let's just say I want to delete these two. I can click both of these keywords and go to edit, and then I can just delete those keywords. All right, because you don't want to be paying for clicks that are not targeted, right? The whole idea is targeted traffic. Okay, and so that's exactly how we set that up. All right, so that's why you need to understand your campaign. You need to go in, look at the keywords, and you need to do that almost on a daily basis to see how your campaigns are looking. You need to monitor your campaigns and kind of see where your sales are at, where your clicks are at. And if you're not making any money, after running your campaign, and let's just say you have your budget set at $5 a day, if you're really not making any money after generating 100 clicks or so, you probably want to do a different offer. So if your targeting is right, you most likely want to try a different offer. You may want to try a CPA offer. If you're not having any luck with ClickBank offers or your own offers, you may want to try a CPA offer. And I'm going to get into that and talk to you about promoting the benefits of promoting CPA offers in the next video, and kind of the offers that convert. So in the next video, I'm going to tell you which offers convert. I'm going to and you can find these offers in any CPA network. And those are the offers that you can go for. So I'll see you in the next video, and we'll talk a little bit about picking offers for CPA marketing. Hi, it's Chris, and welcome back. In this video, I want to cover picking the offers that are absolutely money makers. So this is probably the video you've been waiting for. We started out creating our first campaign, talked a little bit about understanding the campaign, but let's talk about how you find offers that are pretty much going to make you money, guaranteed. So let me pull this up here and think about this. This really comes to CPA networks. So at this point in time, hopefully you've had a chance to apply for some CPA networks. There are a lot of networks out there, some that are suggested here. If you don't get approved to every single network, that is okay, because there's so many out there, and the networks usually have, most CPA networks have a lot of offers to choose from. So Once you get into one network, just one network, you'll have plenty of offers to choose from. So my favorite offers, and these work really great with Bing ads, are offers that don't require a sell to be made. So if you're running your Bing ads to, to an affiliate product or to a product where a customer has to pay, $17 or $20 to buy the product, and if you're not having any luck with that, because that can be really competitive sometimes. If you're not having any luck with that, then what you may want to consider is picking an offer, a CPL or a CPA offer, that pays you every time a form is filled out. So imagine if you're targeting, and I'll show you an example right now, actually. This is what I'm going to show you. I'm going to log into Cash Network, which is the CPA network that I recommended earlier. You can log into, if you have a Cash Network account, you can log in with me. You're more than welcome to follow along. And pick this offer as well. But what I like to do, right, in Cash Network, what you want to do is you want to find offers that pay out per lead or every time as a form is filled out. So loan offers are actually really good because remember, with our technique, you're going to get paid for every single lead. All right. Now, what you have to understand is if you ever see an offer that says that it pays out, $55 per lead, there's usually more to it. So let's look at this one. This is a good example. So this one requires a completed second page submit. So they have to go all the way through the application, and it seems like it's a very, very picky offer. Usually offers that pay out $55 leads, I usually just stay away from those because there's a lot of requirements to earning $55 per lead. However, one offer that I do like, and I'm going to give you this offer in Cash Network, is $13.79. I've been having a lot of success with this. For every $2 I've been spending, I've been making anywhere between $15 to $20. So just for spending $2. This is for a Horizon Gold card. All right, so I'm going to look at the landing page. I'm going to preview it. Now, if you're outside of the United States, you're going to be redirected to something else. So that's something you have to keep in mind with these offers. So as you can see, this is a Horizon Gold form. And what I like about this is when the customer fills out their information, right? They put in their email and their zip code, and they fill out this really short form. Then you get paid $8 per lead. In fact, let me show you. I'll go back over here to Cash Network, and I'm going to open just in a new tab so you can see. Should have went to reporting. All right. Let me just filter for today because I think I got a submission today. Remember, I'm only paying about 6 or 7 cents a click. So I've generated 12 clicks today. I made one sale here. It was worth $8. And that's a 67-cent EPC. So I'm only probably paying around maybe 10 or 12 cents a click, and I'm making 67 cents back for every click generated. So that's a pretty good ROI. That's about a 600%, 500 or 600% ROI just from this offer right here. So this offer has been really really good. So finding offers like that are really what you want to go for. So let's go back here. If you can find an offer that pays per lead, so if you find a form and, hey, this offer will pay you out every time the user fills out the form, we're going to pay you $10 every time the user fills out the form. It's a lot easier than making a sale because the company collects that form and collects the information. Then they usually have a sales team that contacts the lead, but we make money just for the form being filled out. And there's a lot like that. And the categories that you want to hit that will pay you a lot of money, and this goes true for any CPA network, are payday or loans. Let me write this out so you have offers that pay high. Cash advance offers, payday loans, credit card offers, right? Finance, right? So, and those are usually the ones that really pay up really high. So you just have to look in each category and find the different offers. And before you promote that offer, you want to read into it to see all the details. Because if it sounds too good to be true, there's probably a lot more to it. It's not that it's not true. It's just that it's just that there's more to it. Like this is this only converts when the lead is actually sold. So it does say $48 per lead, but the lead actually has to purchase. So that's usually what happens with the higher payouts. But if you see something like $6.50 or $8 per lead, you can really make some good profit off of that. I like to go into it, and I mean, look at this one. This is a good example. This is a short form. It's only for the US, and it converts when the customer fills out the first page and clicks submit. So this is really good. So this is only for the United States. Let me preview this. Another thing you want to do is you always want to preview and test the links yourself. You want to make sure that the offers are still live, because look, I just tried previewing this one, and it looks like it didn't work. So this offer is this offer is not live. So you won't want to promote that. You want to make sure that the links are working. Just because they're back here doesn't mean that everything works. There's a lot of offers to choose from. Okay, here's another one for debt relief. This pays $8 per lead. Make sure you read the description so you understand what you're getting paid on, because, like I said, my personal favorites are the ones where a user fills out a form of some sort and then I get paid $8 or $10 per lead. So this one has to legally settle debt with your credit card company. $10,000 converts on first page submit. So this would be a pretty good one. 743 would be a good one that I would promote. You just have to keep looking. We did the 650. There's this one, 860 per lead, and then let's preview this one and see. All right, this is a good one. I do like this one a lot. Okay. And oops, let me go back to this one. Where was it? Payday. So this pays $8 per lead. So when they basically when they fill out this form, so here's a good example. When the user comes to this page, and obviously we're going to be targeting people looking for a cash advance or payday loan, they're going to fill out this form, first name, last name, and when they fill out this form, you get paid $8. All right, so it's pretty easy. Great for people looking for a cash advanced. And so what we'll do here is in the next video, I'm actually going to set up this campaign live with you. So I know practice makes perfect. We set up a ClickBank campaign already, but for those of you in a CPA or CPL network, pick any offer that you want that is a form submit. That's where I recommend starting. It's the easiest because, like I said, you don't have to make sales to get paid. Go ahead and pick an offer that you would like to promote, and we'll go ahead and get started with it. So in the next video, I'm going to be using offer 860 in Cash Network. It's called Payday SOS TV. I'm going to show you how to set that up step by step. So I'll go ahead and see you in the next video, and thank you very much for watching. All right, welcome back here. So I talked a little bit about CPA offers, and I told you why I like these with Bing ads. So this is great. If you've tried some ads with ClickBank and a few different affiliate products, you haven't had any luck yet, then get into any CPA network you can. Like I said, I put some recommendations above. You can get into if you can get into Cash Network, great. But there's other networks, and they're all very, very similar. There's similar offers, and get in and find one that pays out per lead, because psychologically speaking, it's easier to get paid out per lead from somebody filling out a form, and that's a great way to monetize and make money. Right. So in this example, I'm in Cash Network. I'm using 860. You're more than welcome to use a similar offer if you're not in this network. I'm going to go into Links plus Creatives, and I'm going to go ahead and click on Links tab here. And I'm going to grab that landing page URL and leave that up because I'll be using that. Now, one thing that's important and that I'm talking about, this is only for the United States. So I saw that here, traffic allowed from US. So that's something I need to keep in mind when I set up my campaign. And we're going to go back over here to Bing. Now, like I said, if you ever get to a screen where you're not familiar with, just go to the very top, click the Campaigns tab, and it should take you back to where you need to be. We're going to create a new campaign. I'm going to do this one live with you. It's going to be a search and content campaign just like before. We're going to name this one. What I like to do is, like I said, Cash Network. We'll name it 860 because that was the offer ID. So 860, we'll just do payday loan. Right, that's just for me to identify it. You're going to select your time zone. I'm going to leave this at $5 a day. Only the United States, because that's where we can only target. We're going to only show ads to people in your targeted location. And let's go ahead and look at that landing page again. we'll do $1,000 payday advance, right? So this is for people who want to, get $1,000 by tomorrow. It says right here, receive up to $1,000 in your account as quickly as tomorrow. So we'll do, or we could do, let's do $1,000 by tomorrow. All right, and then our ad text can say, let's go back here and look at the page, receive $1,000 in your account, and we'll put that as our ad text. Receive $1,000 in your account as soon as tomorrow. So we're putting exactly what it says on the page. Display URL, we'll do www.paydayloan.com. And of course, our destination URL, we'll go and grab that from Cash Network here. Grab that link. As you can see, I'm going a little bit faster because we've already done this before in the previous videos. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Google Keyword Planner, which I do have open. I'm going to go ahead and restart this. Now, if you have your previous campaigns open, sometimes when you reload the page, it's going to ask you if you want to start over. Go ahead and start over. You don't really need to save any of the campaigns here. Let's see, tools. Took me here. Trying to get back to Keyword Planner. And we can think of some phrases here. So here's what I'm talking about. Click Start Over. Same process as before. You're going to search for new keyword, ad, and group ideas. So we're going to do, payday loan is going to be our first one. I'm going to do cash advanced or cash advance. And I'm going to do bad credit, need money. So like I said, your phrases can be, they don't have to make sense, but just think of what people would search for. And we're going to go ahead and load these. And there we go, generate all these keywords for us. And we're going to add all just like before. And once that loads, we're going to go ahead and copy that to the clipboard. All right, and then from there you can put it into Excel. So I'm going to delete everything that I did here in this previous campaign. Because I had that open from before, so I'll go ahead and delete it. Let's go to the very top here. All right, and I'll go ahead and paste it. So let's see, I have a total of, all right, this gave me 800 keywords as well. Wow. All right, so I'll go ahead and copy this 100 at a time, just like before. And you're going to put these over into your Bing ads under Enter Keywords. Go ahead and add those. And then while that group is adding, I just go back and grab the next group. Okay. So sometimes you have to wait for it depending on how fast it's going. So yeah, just the same process before. You kind of see it. Every campaign has the same process. We're going to go here and then we're going to just we're going to go ahead and add. Go back. One thing I want to mention at this point in time is, you always start out, if you notice, by bidding 5 cents a click. Now, if your ads are not receiving very many clicks or impressions, especially for a niche like make money online or weight loss, what you can do is you can actually bump up your bids to 7 cents or 8 cents. You can slowly increase the bids. And when you increase your bids, you actually will get more clicks. Because when your bids are low, your ads, don't show up as high or they don't show up as much. So what you can do is you can go in and you can increase your bids, just like I showed you before. Why that's loading. That's just a little, that's just some advice that you can do. And in some cases, if you're getting really good, ROI or you have a good campaign running, you may want to increase your bids up to, 14 or 15 cents a click if you're, seeing really positive results. But, always start at 5 cents because you want to see, what type of results you're going to get with 5 cents. And then you can slowly move up to 7 cents or 8 cents. And, it's really easy. And even though you bid a little bit higher, it doesn't mean that your cost is going to go up dramatically. So I'm going to copy the next group and just waiting, and make sure you add all the keywords. 800 is a good amount for payday loan. And most people, when it comes to the payday niche or the payday loan, man, they're going to easily be paying they're they're going to be paying anywhere between the range of $1 to $2 a click, even in Bing ads. So that's why this is phenomenal that we're able to, able to get the traffic for such a low cost. Okay, I know it's a lot slower for me when I'm screen recording because it uses a little bit more power. So I'm just going to keep on adding those keywords in. I might just move it down to 50 at a time for me, or I'll just kind of pick a few here and there. So, but yeah, be sure to add in all the keywords when you're doing the campaigns. Add in all the ones that Google gives you. If it's 600, add all 600. As long as you meet the 300, which you always should. Okay. And I mean, this is just wonderful because this is giving us all the keywords that we need to have successful campaigns. And you can see that some of these bids are really, really high. That's why we have so many keywords, so we can make this happen. Okay, and there it goes. Let's add this next round. I'm just going to add this next round and save it. Oops, I clicked on save before I clicked on add. All right, that's okay. I'm going to go with that. You go through and add all the keywords. Like I said, I just want to keep it to the point because you get the idea. All right, same thing as before. You're going to leave everything the default here. You're going to go to add distribution and you're going to just uncheck content network. All right, and you're going to go ahead and click on save. Now remember, as soon as you do that, you need to go into the ad and change the bids. You don't want to forget that step because if you leave the bids the same, then that's we do have that safety net in place of where we won't go too far past the $5, but you don't want to be getting charged $1 per click and only get 5 clicks out of your campaign or a few clicks out of your campaign. So go to keywords, and you should have a lot more than I do. And let's see, it's not showing any keywords for me, which is really weird. Okay, but you're going to go to keywords and select. For some reason, it didn't save my campaign the way it was supposed to, so I need to go back and check it. But you should have all your keywords there if you took your time and saved it. And then you're going to select them all and change the bid down to 5 cents. Okay, so go ahead and do that once you add the keywords. So I'm going to go back and just add a few for example. That's really weird why it didn't carry over. So I'll go ahead and click save. All right, there we go. And then yeah, you'll select all keywords, and then you'll usually get the bar that comes up that says select all keywords on all pages. Make sure you do that. You want to select all pages. You don't want to just do one page. So that's a very important step. And then you want to change your current bids immediately to 0.05. And don't do 0.5 because that's going to be 50 cents. You need to make sure you have the decimals, the decimal and the numbers just like that. So 0.05. All right. And then, of course, just like before, you're going to go over to ads and you're going to create an ad. And what I would do for something like a payday loan is I'd do keyword $1,000, now. And then I'd come down here and do keyword. I usually do something for payday loans. I usually like to do bad credit, no credit, instant, $1,000 approval. All right, same thing, and you're going to go here and grab the dynamic text keyword and then just add in .com and save and create another because we need a minimum of 3. And what you can do is you can go over to Google and I'm going to type in payday loan, super competitive. All right, we don't want to use a company name like Check and Go. So I like this one, payday loans in 2 minutes. All right, so we'll go ahead and grab that. And there we go. All right, so it's not letting us use this one because it's too long. So payday loan in 2 minutes. Sometimes when that happens, I'll just kind of push it together like that. Oh, it looks like that should fit. All right, there we go. So I created my 3 ad copies, and you have all your keywords bid at 5 cents. And you know, in some cases, like I said, you may have to bump those bids over if you're not getting really any traction with your campaigns or any impressions. Then you may want to just increase your bid to all your keywords, and you just go to the keywords tab, select them all, and then of course use the little one that says select all, you know, all rows and all keywords, and you're going to want to go and click edit and change current bids, and you know, you may want to just bump that up to 0.07 cents. And that little bump, believe it or not, just from going from 5 cents to 7 cents can be a difference of having, you know, from a difference from having 15 clicks a day to now having 50 clicks a day. So there can be a huge difference just by bumping up your bids just a little bit. And that's just some advice that I'll give you for some of the campaigns that you'll be doing. But so far, so easy, right? So what you can now do at this point is you can go in and you can go and create, if you're comfortable, you can go out and create 2 or 3 more campaigns just like this for different niches. And you know, what I recommend is find the ones that pay per lead, find the ones that pay out, you know, for the user filling out an application. The more networks you get into, or the more offers you can find like that, you'll be able to scale a lot faster than with an offer with sales, because sales aren't consistent, but people filling out forms are very consistent. So that's what I recommend when it comes to CPA marketing, is find the ones that pay out per lead. Even though it says CPA, this is still you know, this still gets paid out per form. This says CPL. This is just for the United Kingdom. So there's a lot of great offers that you can find back here in Cash Network and other CPA networks as well. So thank you for watching. I hope that gives you some ideas. And you don't need a very large budget. When it comes to form submits, you really don't have to spend more than, you know, $5 or $6 to know how your campaign is going to do. Hello and welcome to video number 8 in the Bing PPC Trading. I like to consider this the more advanced or bonus video, and I'll be adding content to this course quite a bit. But my idea in this course here is I want to help you and give you some ideas to monetize this, right? So you kind of get ideas that you can promote ClickBank products, you can promote CPA products, you can really promote anything. So I'm going to show you how you can use Bing ads. The first way I want to teach you is really for affiliate marketing. How would you like to actually sell PPC traffic to other marketers? Okay, let's talk about this. Some of the biggest niches online right now are the make money online niche and the weight loss. Weight loss is a huge, huge niche. And here's the problem that I think. Now, when it comes to the make money online niche, there's actually a lot of ways to get traffic for make money online. And one of those ways, you know, is through solo ads or through email lists. But there's a lot of people that are out there promoting weight loss products, or they're trying to promote their affiliate marketing product. And I want to go with the weight loss one here, just show you how you can monetize this. And it's a lot easier than you think. Okay, let's go to the weight loss. Right here. Okay, here we are. So look at this. I got a total of 330 clicks over the past 7 days. 1.30% click-through rate. I paid 8 cents a click, and I only spent $27.90. Now, how would you like to go out and find people marketing weight loss products? Believe me, it's not hard. I'm going to show you how to do it. And what you can do is you can sell traffic to them or offer to set up campaigns for them, because a lot of people don't have this, you know, have this knowledge. They don't like going through the setup. If you find anyone promoting a weight loss product, you know, they probably don't know too much about paid advertising, you know, specifically, or if they do, they may have tried paid advertising before, and they probably spent, you know, well over $1 per click, because weight loss is a very competitive niche. So how would you like to go out to someone who's promoting a weight loss product? You just engage in a conversation, learn more about that product, and then you can just offer your services. You can say, hey, you know what, I can I can promote your campaign to targeted people looking for weight loss for 40 cents a click. So let's just talk about this for a minute. I'm paying 8 cents a click, and I could easily go out and resell this same traffic for 40 cents a click, or even 30 cents a click. I probably wouldn't go any lower than 30, but even if I sold it for 30 cents a click, and I said, hey, you know, I want you to get the best results. Usually when it comes to PPC traffic, you want to have a minimum order size be 200 or 300 clicks, right? You don't want someone just to order 100 clicks from you. You want to have them order at least 200 to 300, because PPC traffic is a lot different than solo ad traffic or email traffic, and here's why, right? Remember, this is all cold traffic. You know, if someone's on an email list, they are now warmed up because they opted into a list. They're probably on multiple lists. They're used to opting in. But with PPC traffic, these are people who are searching. So your opt-in rate on PPC traffic is going to vary from 10% to 30%. I mean, you can, of course, get it higher. But what I've seen testing various campaigns is I'm in the range of 10% to 30% depending on the campaign. So I'd say my average is right in the middle, probably 20%. So you have to keep that in mind that when you do deliver, 300 clicks, and that's why I say your minimum order size is going to have to be 200 to 300 clicks, because when you do deliver 300 clicks, they're probably only going to get anywhere between in the ballpark range of 30 to maybe on the high of 90 leads, which is pretty good because there's a good chance that there's going to be some cells in there with the traffic being targeted. So you have to remember the opt-in rate is lower, and you do have to let your customers know if they're sending it to a squeeze page. Let's say I don't have an example pulled up right now for weight loss, but I did. But if their email, let's see, let's just go here to weight loss landing page, and I'm going to give you an example. Right? Because you don't have to do any of this. If they provide you this landing page, now I'm trying to find a simple one. If they have, let's just say this is their landing page, but the only thing they're asking for is an email address, or it's a really basic landing page, they're going to get a pretty high opt-in rate. So if the landing page isn't asking for all their information, it's pretty possible to get a high opt-in rate. But that's just something to keep in mind. Or some people that you'll find promoting weight loss, and this has happened to me, they're promoting ClickBank products or they're promoting their own, weight loss MLMs. But this is something you can offer to them, and you can provide them a report. They don't have to know the cost per click, or you can even be upfront and honest and be like, I can do this campaign for you. I charge 35 cents per click. Even though my cost is about, in the range of 10 cents per click, you can let them know that the cost on top of that is for managing the campaign. And that's fine. Or you can charge them whatever the cost per click is, and then you can charge a flat fee on top. So there's different ways that you can structure this. I'm trying to teach you how you can go out and make this a business on your own, because I do this and it works. And there are a ton of people, and I'm telling you, weight loss is the easiest right now. There's a big need for people who need weight loss traffic. There's very few providers who can provide weight loss traffic or even have a list. So what's great about this is you don't have to build a list. You don't have to have a list of current subscribers. I know if you already do have a current list of weight loss, of course, sending to an offer is going to result in a higher opt-in. But just sending raw cold traffic like this, you're still going to get really good results. And look, $27.90. Let's say you said, hey, for $100, I'll send you about 300 clicks to your offer, and that's a pretty good price. Because if they were to have to go out and do it themselves, more than likely they'd be paying $1 a click, 50 cents a click. So if you come out and offer 30 cents or 40 cents a click, you're making a really nice profit, because I only paid 8 cents per click. So how do you find people that are looking for weight loss? Well, that's a great question. The first place you can go is you can go over to the Warrior Forum. There's a lot of internet marketing forums, but I'm going to show you one place you can go. And if you go over to Warrior Forum, I'm going to do a Google search for this, and go here to the classifieds ads. If you go through the main site, I'll show you how to get there. This is just one place. Now, it costs $20 to post a classified ad, but you can offer weight loss, targeted weight loss PPC traffic and be your headline. Put some details in the post, and you can go and create a new thread and offer your services there, and people can contact you, and you can have different pricing for different niches, right? So that's all you have to do. And you can offer traffic for CPA, for anything you want to. Just make sure that you state it's PPC traffic. I would say something that we can't guarantee. We can't guarantee leads. We will guarantee the amount of clicks, though, right? So then that's the thing with PPC. But if depending on the page it goes to, so you don't want to guarantee a certain amount of leads because you don't know how their page is going to convert. I'm just telling you, on an email submit page, I see in the range of 10% to 30% opt-in rates with PPC. It's a lot different than having a solo ad traffic, where people are used to seeing 40% or 50% opt-in rates. Okay, so that's about $19.95 a post. You'll get a lot of business doing that. Just a heads up. Another great thing that you can do, I'm going to come over here and show you, is you can actually go into Facebook. I'm in Facebook right now. At the top here, I'm going to zoom in so I can show you. and you're going to type in groups named. Now, you always start out typing the same thing. You're always going to start typing groups named, and then you can go out and type groups named weight loss. Or if you want to get really specific, you can actually type in a product name revolved around weight loss. So I typed in groups named weight loss. Now, it brought up posts for some reason, but if you click on that, you can change that to groups. And all you want to do is join these various weight loss groups. And simply, I'll put some templates below, but you're going to simply create a template. Now, I'm going to make this from scratch because I want you to be creative here too. The more creative you are on doing this, the better, you know. So you can put something like, you know, promoting weight loss products, need traffic. All right, that's just a general template. Now, I'm going to give you one that works better than this, but promoting weight loss products, or you can replace this with affiliate products. Anything you want to replace that with, and you can help people get traffic to their offer. All right, so that's one thing that you can do. All right, another thing that's really effective is posting this in the weight loss groups. You can put anybody promoting weight loss products. You recommend anything good? Oops. Right. Anyone promoting weight loss products, can you recommend anything good that works? So now you're reaching out to people asking, you know, who's promoting weight loss products, and then you're going to get a bunch of people message you because, you know, usually the people that message you are kind of desperate because they're trying to promote their product, and so they're waiting to sell you on it, right? And so you're going to be able to help them because you're going to give them your marketing expertise. You can, you know, and the thing is, what's really awesome is if you build your own case studies, if you can build clients, and once you get, you know, a couple of clients and you can have them write you testimonials, your business is going to grow really, really fast. Think about this. If you set up a campaign just for a couple people in the group, they're more than likely going to know other people in the business, or they're going to have friends, and they're going to say, hey, you know, this person set me up a weight loss campaign. You know, they sent me 300 clicks. I made 2 sales. I'm just super excited. As you can see, what I did here, I'm going to go to my page right now, is I posted some testimonials. Scroll down and show you a specific one. This has to do with the ClickBank product. Okay, this person right here actually. So I set up a campaign for them. They checked their ClickBank product and they noticed they made a $45. Their very first $45 sale with ClickBank. You know, it's not much, but people are excited to see sales, especially if they've been promoting in Facebook groups for such a long time. And you know, Facebook groups really don't produce, you know, that great of results when it comes to sales. So getting testimonials like this is great because you will get testimonials, and I highly recommend, you know, that you only sell minimum packages of 300 clicks with PPC. And of course, you know, let them know the delivery time frame is going to vary. With weight loss, actually, you can get 300 clicks out in a couple of days, depending on the daily budget too. But you know, it's just gonna vary. Just keep them updated and communicate as you're delivering the traffic to them. And people, you know, they're gonna pay this because they want targeted traffic. And weight loss is the biggest niche. So there's a lot of weight loss products out there. If you want to target specific products, I recommend looking on ClickBank, or you can do a simple Google search for, you know, a good one right now that comes off the top of my head is if you go to groups named, let's see, Venus Factor, which is a very popular weight loss product. So a lot of weight loss products do come off of ClickBank. So if you can go over here and go to groups, it's worth you know, it's worth trying to look to see what groups are. You know, it looks like there's not a whole lot of members around the Venus Factor, but if you go over here to Google, you can type, you know, top weight loss companies, top weight loss programs, top weight loss MLMs, whatever you want to search, so you can target those specific people. Okay, so there's a couple of ways to advertise your business. And like I said, once you get a couple of people into, you know, into your network, and you can sell them traffic, you're going to be able to make, you know, pretty nice profit. You see the markup, and usually, you know, just have them pay you in advance. So, you know, say, hey, 300 clicks, it's going to be $100. They can, you know, they can pay you $100 through PayPal, however you want to set that up. You'll go out and create the campaign. You know, if I was to charge somebody let's just say, I just charged someone $100. I've only spent $27.90, so I would have came out, with a profit of, roughly a little bit over $60, a little over $60, $63. So that's one thing you can do. Now this works for weight loss. Think of all the different niches. You can do this with Make Money Online. You can do this with ClickBank products. So you can actually go over to Facebook and type in groups named, might help if I actually type it right, groups named ClickBank, right? And the idea here is to find newer marketers, obviously, because if you're targeting more advanced marketers, they may know how to get traffic, or they may be running their own campaign. So what I do is I look for, I specifically look for people in weight loss groups, or I look for people in affiliate marketing groups. In fact, let me show you some of the groups that I'm in, and I'll give you a good example. Okay. Go down here. Look for the people that are constantly posting. So if you look at it this way, if you see a person posting frequently in Facebook groups, more than likely, they're obviously trying to get sales. They're trying to get people into their business. But if they're posting mostly in Facebook groups, that means they probably don't use any other traffic sources, or that's the only knowledge that they have at this point in time, until you go out there and share your knowledge with them. So it's very simple. Like this person right here, I could go and I could message this person and I could say, hey, Gary, I see you're promoting the business. Can you tell me how you're promoting it? So I like asking the people, how are you promoting your business right now? Are you just using Facebook groups? Okay. Well, are you getting sales? Now, two things will happen here. You're going to get people that are going to lie to you. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, because they want to, basically lie to you and make it sound like that they're doing really well so that you join them. So they're going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm getting tons of sales from Facebook groups. But I've done that. That's where I started out, and so I know it's you're lucky to get maybe one sell a week, posting in Facebook groups. So reality is, if they're posting in Facebook groups, they're probably not getting a lot of sales. So that's why you want to introduce them to say, hey, I can help you set up some traffic through a PPC campaign, and at this point in time, you can just run the campaign for them, charge them a flat, cost per click, 40 cents a click. Or you can say, hey, I can get you clicks for 8 cents a click or 9 cents a click, and I'll set the campaign up for you and manage it for you. And then my management fee is $50 or $100, whatever you want to charge. Pretty cool, right? And at the same time, you get experience building campaigns and all that good stuff. So that's pretty much it. It's a great way to monetize it. There's always a need for traffic, especially in weight loss. That's the niche that I would go after. Find those weight loss products. Find those people that are promoting weight loss products. You'll find them just in affiliate marketing groups too. You just have to scroll down. You'll see a lot of people promoting MLM programs and internet marketing programs, which is fine. And that is absolutely fine. And you can target them as well, because like I said, they're going to need traffic for their offers, and this is a great way to get them traffic, and you can monetize this in multiple ways. So I hope that just opens your eyes as to what's actually possible. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you with monetizing the list.